Hey guys, um, okay, today's topic, we're going to have a quick chat about commitment and consistency, okay? Um, Commitment and consistency to your spiritual practice is key, okay? Yes, you're all divine beings, you're all spiritual, whether you're aware of it or not. And I think I've heard a number of people online say that, don't need ritual, you don't need ceremony because you're already spiritual, so on and so forth. In a turn, that is correct, because that's your true essence. But life is a ritual, okay? And the condition of your mind lets you know where on your path, on your soul's journey, that you are. So what rituals are you living out through habit, day in, day out? Okay. So I think back to when I was younger, before I became aware of spirit. I was an atheist, didn't believe in any of it. Until one day I was forced to awaken. No, not to awaken, but forced to look at it, that there's something else going on in life. Okay. I had an excuse or an explanation for everything that was slightly paranormal or something I couldn't explain. And I remember being in my home with the kids, and they were little, and we had the family round, and there was a bottle on the windowsill. Okay, we had a big long windowsill in a flat that we used to live in, and we're all talking away, and this empty bottle, I was sitting here and the bottle was there beside me. I was leaning against the windowsill, and it just it moved all the way along the sill by itself. It went like that. Okay, I had a massive fear attack and meltdown because I couldn't explain it, and at that point I didn't believe in anything like that. And because I couldn't explain it, and I saw the reaction of everybody else, obviously I went into panic mode because there was nothing I could do. And that was my point where I started searching. Anyway, that was 25, 30 years ago. And anyway, so from that point on, and then there was one scenario after another, this bad stuff, good stuff, and it was going through hell, going through bliss, and it was just constant for decades. Okay, and but throughout all that time, the one thing I now realise completely, it was my commitment and consistency to my practice. My rituals, my prayers, my meditations. That was my ritual. That became my ritualistic practice every day. Okay? I didn't understand what ritual was back then, but then I realised, and now obviously because of where I am today, that I was searching. And I'm sure, many of you will know, will understand this. It's your dedication and your desire in pursuit of truth that will get you to your point, and then you'll get there, and your next point, A to Z, all right? But and that one thing I didn't do, I never gave up. I never stopped. It was consistent all the way through. I made mistakes. I delved into things that maybe I shouldn't have done at times, a long time ago. Through naivety, through desperation. Anyway, but the Spirit was always there with me and redirecting me in their way. Whether that's a bad event or a message from someone else. They were always there. But, like I said, consistency is key, because you've got to remember as well, on a physiological point, not only just spiritual, okay, that you're working with, your guides, your angels, anything, the elements, whoever, your power animals, doesn't matter. Your brain is also a system that you can rewire over time and consistency. So whatever condition your mind is in, you can rewire it, which happens alongside the energetic clearings that you do, the practices, the healings you go to, the ceremonies that involve big ceremonial healings. All that energy is being shifted, moving about and removed, okay? And then the brain is rewiring, because you've got your mind, okay? It's not your mind. You've been given this mind, okay? And it's a tool to use. It's a tool for you to master. And without consistency, discipline, commitment, it will be a miracle if you rewire that, rearrange that. You know, I heard a saying once, don't feed the fire that burns you. Feed the fire that keeps you warm and comfortable and safe. All right? And that's the energy. What energy do we put into what? Okay? In our minds, in our emotional body. Okay? Me, over the years, the more I've understood about the mind, the more cleaning I've gone through, obviously the clearings help. But it's understanding where you put that fire from your point, your observational point. You're in the center. You're there. You're watching. Okay. Whatever the mind's doing, the more you practice, the more ascensions, the more initiations you go through, the more clearing, the more healings you have. You separate slowly each time. Boom, boom. And you go to a higher vibration. You're not moving higher. It's just your vibration higher. Your mind is becoming cleaner and cleaner, and you're rearranging it. Okay. And the mind is, it's all linked to the ego, the identity, the self. And the ego, people say, transcend the ego. No. You want to be in the body. And you're transforming the ego. You're cleaning the old patterns, the old energies through the ancestral DNA, everything. Okay, it's all there. But the ego is, you're just transforming. It's a system, a program. Okay, we talk in a way like a computer. Not that I know anything about computers. I can barely operate my phone, let alone a computer. But the mind is a system. The ego is a system. And you're the observer. And you're putting in the code. You're reprogramming. Right? But what program are you giving your mind? What program are you giving these energy bodies that are separate from you? It's your job to master them and rearrange them, transform them into the beautiful place that you want them to be in. You're the observer, watching it all. And when the more practice and discipline and commitment and consistency, the more you begin to see that you are the observer. You are part of God. You are a child of God, the Creator. And this is your creation. Your body, your mind, your emotional bodies, your spiritual body. It's all for you to do as you will. And we've been given free will. People think we're in a prison. We're not. Okay? And I understand why people think we're in a prison. I get it. But when you finally get that light bulb moment and you realise, hang on, I'm not who I used to be. You will then go, wow, I had a choice all along. And that choice I'd done from the very beginning when I realised that there's something going on. I began a choice of transformation. That was my choice. A lot of people don't. A lot of people will choose to find external fixes. It can be drugs, alcohol, it can be adrenaline rushes, anything. You know? But when you wake up and you become the observer, you then realise you had a choice all along. And that's the whole point. That you've been given that ability to free yourself. Okay? People call it the Matrix. It's a cool film. Pardon me. But try not to get too lazy with your practice. That's the whole point of this. Never stop searching. You're in a cycle, okay? You've got to be okay with being uncomfortable at times. Because you'll have a moment of elation. Okay, you'll go round, out of the underworld, into the higher realms, okay, higher vibration, and you'll feel really good. You'll go, yes, I've done it. Oh, I feel so good. Yes, I feel so clear. And then you're forgetting that the cycle goes back round, okay, into the underworld. And then you'll start to feel heavy. You might have ascension symptoms. Right? It's just a cycle. You're just coming round and round and round and round. Okay? That's what they call the medicine wheel. The medicine wheel. All right? The 4 seasons, the 4 elements. You're the centre, observing everything in that. You know, 4 seasons, you've got the 12 months of the year. You've got, and I'm sure there's other cycles in life that I don't even know about, okay? I know you've heard one of like the 12,000 year cycle, okay? Everything's a cycle. Galaxy's a cycle. The solar system's a cycle. And then in that seasonal year, going through the medicine wheel, you have your own little cycles. You can go through 2 days of feeling, or a week, say, just feeling really good. And then also you can start to feel your body going through shifts and feelings and heavier stuff. And it's just coming to the surface. And then it will come back out and you'll feel really good and energetic again. They're little circles of your own personal life. Okay, going round that bigger circle. And that bigger circle is involved in that bigger cycle through, you know, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And where are you in that cycle? So be comfortable with being uncomfortable. And that comes naturally anyway. The more you clean, the more you awaken, the more initiations that you go through, the more ascension that you go through, you become that brighter and brighter light, that higher and higher vibration. But don't try and transcend the ego. Don't try and transcend the body. You want to bring that light, that love, into this creation, into this body, into the root chakra. And then you'll be back up to ascend again. You'll feel elated and then sit with this body. All right? I work in dementia care. Okay, very heavy energies. So I'm a maintenance guy for the 2 homes. You know, I enjoy working there. It's sad to see what you see. But, and it's very heavy energies because there's a lot of subconscious underworld stuff going on that people don't understand. And it can be the other way, it can get elated, so people can become quite manic. And people pass, because, you know, it's elderly dementia care that I work in. And the whole point is, my point is, what that's done, it's also taught me to make sure I clean every single day when I come home. And that's a practice, okay? That's my ritual. I come home, I get the Palo Santo, and I clean with my feathers, send it, ask the element air to take that bundle of negative energy and send it off to the nearest large water source to be cleansed and purified. If I didn't do that, working where I work, I would just take home that energies and it would just build up and collect around me, right, and interfere with my life and my practice and my feelings. And it's also taught me to pray more, to even for other people, because I see them and I see the conditions, I pray for them and da 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 da. So life will teach you that, you know. And to remember to journey with your guides, journey with, it's okay to, you know, there's times when I know when the body will say, can we have a night off, okay? Or your intuition will say, not tonight, okay? That's rare for me, but when I feel that, I honour it. I take time out, 1 or 2 days, if it's necessary. But it's very rare that I feel a need to do that. So again, you're just honouring what your body's saying. It might want rest. It might just want a day of TV. It might want an evening of, I don't know, whatever it is. Because you've got to enjoy your human life as well. But to me, my commitment is enjoying my human life as well as my spiritual. It's bringing it in together. You know? So commit yourself. Commit yourself to your practice. It's easy to be lazy. All right? Don't be lazy with it. Don't be hard on yourself, because then you become fanatical. And you don't want that. Because if you become fanatical, you're not doing it from a place of intuition. Okay? Your intellect gets in the way. And then you're using your own power too much, which you can become tired. I connect with the spirits and they send me power. They stand with me. Okay? And when it's through intuition, through working with them, they love it. They love getting involved with you. And they'll feed you if you feed them as well. And it's a beautiful relationship with spirit when you commit consistently and discipline, routine, ritual, ceremony, healings, cleaning, okay, visualization, meditation, prayer. Just keep going. Don't ever stop. And your soul will reward you for that, because that's what you're doing. You're linking with your oversoul, your higher power that you are. We're just a fractal of the bigger picture of ourselves. And then it goes into the Creator. And the more you connect with the higher self, the more the Creator can work through you, which is you anyway. Okay? And that's the key. So commit. Consistency, discipline, ritual, routine. All right? And take a day off when you feel you need to. Take whatever time you want off. But because if you go right, okay, I've taken one day off and then I'm gonna need to get back into it again. Then don't feel right, then just stop. But don't do it through laziness. Don't do it through, oh, I want to watch this TV program or whatever. If there was I sometimes, in the middle of a film, and if Spirit is saying to me, Mark, we've got an important thing to do, I'm committed. And I'll get up, pause the video and go do what I need to do. I get up at 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, quite often, because it's something I need to do with spirit. And I don't feel tired because it's spirit. They take care of me. Okay, so that's what you'll get. If you're feeling tired, then there's something you need to adjust. All right? But the thing is, this is the thing, you've got to trust yourself. You've got to know how you feel. Follow your intuition. All right? And God's always with you. And your spirit team, the angels, whoever you work with, they're always with you. And I trust that now. Yeah. So yeah. Now, listen, for those of you that have made it this far, I'm just going to do a little bit of chanting for you, okay? For those of you that have continued and gone to this point. So if you'd like to just close your eyes, okay, just relax. And this will bring in the Holy Union, okay? Rearrange your mind. I want you to visualize. Visualize a light above your head, okay? I usually use the star system, the star Sirius, okay? As the father energy, the masculine energy. It can be feminine energy as well, but I'm just using it as a father masculine energy coming down from the heavens, okay? It can be a different star system. If you feel you're from a different planet and star system, that's fine. Do what you've got to do. You're not going to interfere with that process. But just know that it's the masculine energy, whatever you visualize. Imagine that light coming down, okay, when we start the visualization, when I'm chanting, and it goes into your heart, okay, and it goes further down, goes all the way down out your root chakra into the earth, and you'll see another system. It's another star, another sun, okay, that's in the center of the earth. This is the Earth star, all right, and it connects to that, and that's the feminine, that's creation. And then you see that energy return and link up back to your heart, and then go up and out your chakra to connect to the other system. And what you're doing, you're aligning yourself. This is a practice I practice every single day, all right? And when my mind wants to throw a curveball in front of me, some shadow stuff, okay, or some habitual thinking, can be anything. At that point, because it's not affecting me emotionally, emotion is more for me to do with the body. I don't need to look at it. If the mind's throwing stupid images, whatever, I then bring myself back to that alignment every single time. That's the key. And that's where you reprogram yourself. That is where you heighten and higher your vibration through commitment. Okay? If your mind is throwing you stuff and you fall into that thought and you're trapped, then it will trigger the emotions and then you'll be falling down the rabbit hole. But if you are, then all I would say is to stop, rather than forcing the emotional feelings away, is then sit with the emotions. And then ask, what's the body trying to tell you? Sit with them, observe them. Don't try and analyse them too much. Just allow the body to speak to you and watch it and be the witness, and then it will lift, and do that over time. But at this moment, I want you to visualise the light, the father, the masculine, aligning with the mother, okay, into the heart space. And take your time, okay. So close your eyes and then start visualising. Dear God, angels, bring the light and love into this space. Awaken the collective to their Christ light. creation. So it is. Papa Awayata nawayata na papa yeti nawayana na mama mama Awayata nawayata na papa yeti nawayata na nawaya mama mama Awayata nawayata na papa yeti nawayata nawaya mama mama Awayata nawayata na papa yeti nawayata na ayati nawaya na mama mama Awayata nawayata na yata ta na yata papa yeti na na wa mama mama yata nawayata Awayata nawayata na papa yeti na yata ni inyata shana nawaya mama mama yana na nawaya Shiva atata wayata na na takata tina na papa yeti na yata na na shakti yata na mama mama Osiris and Noayata Nana Chita Tana wa Papa Yatini and Anatana Wala Isis and Mama Yeshua Atanawaya Natana Papa Yatin and Nitana Nawa Mama Mary Mama Awayatana Wayatana Papa Yatinani Yatin Mama Atoya Mama Awayata nawatiti na tana papa yeti nini na atoya na mama mama yakatana na Awayata nawayata na papa yeti nawayata na na ama mama na mama na kakutoya na mama Awayata nawayata na papa yeti nawayati ni iti na nawa atanawa mama mama Awayata nawayata na papa yeti nani yeti dini anatawaya na mama mama natanawaya na mama mama Awayata nawayata tana nata na papa yeti nani yeti nini mama mama natanawaya na mama mama Yeshua atawayata na tatana papa yeti nani yeti nini Mary mama mama Shiva Natanawayata Natishata Natana Papa Yatinini Atanawayata Shakti Mama Mama Osiris Anawayata Natitina Natata Papa Yatinini Atanawayana Isis Awa Mama Awanatanawayata Natatitina Nana Papa Yatinini Atanawana Mama Awayata nawayata natina nata nawayata yata na mama mama tanawayata And so it is. God bless you guys. See you again.